This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. If there are two things that the enemy will use against a body of believers and against a believer that's wanting to do something for God, they are the two words, yesterday and tomorrow. Because if he can get you focused on your yesterday, then you'll miss the power of right now. The greatest gift that you and I have is not what God's going to do tomorrow night.
Come on.
Not what's happened yesterday, but the power of right now. That the greatest thing that you can have happen to your life tonight is for you to open your heart and realize that God's opened a window before you tonight.
Come on.
The enemy will rob you of your today. Let me get down here with you. Y'all sanctified. He'll rob you. Is this okay? He'll rob you of your today and get you so focused on what you messed up yesterday. Of what you missed out on. On how many times you missed the mark. On what he said about you. On what she did to you. On the valley that you had to walk through. Just because you walked through the fire don't mean you got to smell like it 20 years later. Just because you came through a bitter divorce 30 years ago don't mean that every time we get around you, you got to talk about how Roger did this.
Come on.
You can smell that bitterness on folk. Every time that you get around, you got to talk about how they wronged you and what they did to you and how they didn't support you and how they stabbed you in the back. That you